So ultimately, it's not about giving up cultural foods, it's about making modifications based on your health goals, your needs, your environment, all of these factors. But you don't have to cut out your cultural dishes to be healthy, period. I'm a dietitian and I've been practicing for 7 years, and I'm tired of the belief that African foods are not healthy. And it's even more frustrating hearing it from Africans themselves. I am Ghanaian, born and raised in Canada, and I hear this way too often. We do live in a society where anything Black folks do are judged, shamed, ridiculed, and demonized, including our food. But we cannot continue to do that ourselves, especially when it's just factually incorrect. When we think about African foods or foods predominantly consumed by Black people, especially when we're thinking about traditional foods, these are whole foods that we're eating, and whole foods are one of the best ways to have good health. When we are talking about whole foods, we're talking about minimally processed foods, things like fruits and vegetables, whole grains, legumes, all of these things, which are a huge part of the food that we eat and our cultural diets. The problems arise when we have diets that are ultra processed foods, which is not traditional to us anyways. So when we think about our actual food, when we think about the foods that we actually eat, they are leading us towards health. Some of the other issues include our portion sizes, how frequently we're eating. So the preoccupation with food these days, especially like in the Western society, and also just not understanding what proper portion sizes are, not understanding your body and what it actually needs to thrive. But when we talk about foundationally, if our foods are good or bad, they're great. This belief perpetuates something that is false, something that is harmful, something that is detrimental to our health and us as people. At least this is what I believe. Western narratives act as if plant based eating is something brand new, but in reality, we have been eating this way for centuries. We know that meat is expensive and often it was like a luxury, so people were relying on protein from plant based products forever. So that's something else to keep in mind as well in terms of like our traditional foods and what we actually consume. There's no good or bad foods, especially when it comes to cultural dishes. You can eat well and be healthy by eating your cultural foods.